Wassup Mixed Up Gang? I know it has been a long time since we've been over here.
It's been a long...
But we're back stronger than ever and ready to roll up our sleeves and get down to business.
Yeah. We're back at you with another great video. We just want to talk to you a little bit.
About what?
About marriage. Family. We looked up for 2024 online, we Google. What does Google say about it? What are some keys to a really successful or healthy, I like that word better, healthy marriage? And by the way, we're not experts.
Yes, it's going on 7 years in May, but no way, shape, or form. Right.
I know some heavyweights. We know some heavyweights.
Yes.
Got some 45 years in there, 50 years. But, we still rookies.
Yeah.
So we
need to get there.
Yeah, so we learning like you.
So with no further ado, let's get into this. You ready?
Yes.
Let's go. So we have 18 words that we would have to define if this is helpful for marriage or not. And what we would do is say the word and tell why it is or it isn't helpful in a marriage in 2024.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
So here we go. Number 1 is communication.
Definitely, I agree with that. From the first moment we met, if you don't communicate from the first moment, you meet, like, I like you, let's go somewhere. And maybe, I know that seems very simple, but set the parameters of, I want to be with you romantically, I want to get to know you, things like that. And then as you get into marriage, it just goes deeper and deeper. You have verbal communication, you have kind of mental communication, you kind of just look at each other across the room and be thinking the same thing.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, you have spiritual communication, God be talking to you, and then you have emotional communication. So there's definitely levels to it.
Yeah, so you hit it right on the nose. But to me, also with communication, I feel that it open up that door. And if we don't obviously have it, then that door closes to where it creates a lot of other problems if we shut down.
The next one is forgiveness.
Yes. We both said yes. Whew.
You
go ahead.
You want to learn how to forgive and forgive quickly. If you do not learn this skill, this spiritual skill in marriage, you're gonna have a hard time. You gotta be able to address, like, hey, that happened, let's talk about it, let's work through it. Even if I'm not over, quote unquote, over it yet, let's deal with it at some point, because the longer it kind of simmers, the bigger it's gonna become in your emotions, in your mind, in your spirit. And then that's gonna go back to the first one and then cut down your communication and just drive you further and further apart. So the word of God says you gotta forgive like Christ forgave, so.
Yes, and I like how you said it's levels to forgiveness. And I think we had a conversation maybe, 2 months ago, talking about it. And I was just telling him, like, okay, if I verbalize and really mean it in my heart that I forgive you, I feel that I won't just wake up and say, okay, everything's okay again. It's like learning and it's like steps, it's like levels to forgiveness, You
have to walk it out.
Walk it out.
Forgiveness is not just saying, I apologize or I'm sorry, but it's the actions that
behind
follow.
it, yes.
Because oftentimes the emotions won't reflect that. You might still feel hurt, but you're like, you know what, in spite of that, I'm gonna walk in forgiveness.
Number 3 is respect. Yes.
That's a big one. I want to say for 2024, for the reasons of what I see on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, basically social media displaying kind of the worst parts of us when it comes to our relationships. And it looks like a lot of people, men don't respect their women, women don't respect their men.
Don't let them get you mad. It's
talking about each other like,
it's
like
fair game.
No other. And it's like, we've gotten upset with each other before. That's going to happen in
plenty
marriage.
Of times.
But there's certain things you don't do.
Never a time where I feel that I have to go verbalize how I'm upset with him and just disrespect, because we're one. And if I'm disrespecting him, I'm disrespecting me too.
Yeah,
so,
that's us.
And I'm not about to also give people the leeway to sit up there and, throw their darts. And it's like, no.
Fuel to the fire, because they already hate anyway.
Right. Like, I'm mad at him. But then y'all come and put your little 2 cents in, like, I'm mad at y'all. Like, don't be sitting up here talking. Like, don't be going there with him. So yes, respect is key. It's very important.
The next one is date night.
Oh my God, date night. I remember when we first started dating, was it like Tuesdays?
Yep, we met on Tuesdays and Saturdays, I think.
I think so. We would pick a day like out of our busy schedule, work schedules and things like that to like kind of like, okay, work is gonna be there tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the movies. Let's go grab something to eat. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Royal Oak, sit outside and eat some ice cream or something like that. Like, I feel that is like, to me, it's like a breath of fresh air in a relationship. Like, you don't want it to die down and get stale so soon, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
because life is gonna happen. Like, all right, y'all in love, y'all, that's wonderful. But you still gotta go to work.
Right.
You still gotta clean the house, pay the bills, walk the dog. You have to do life together. It's not always the wedding day or the honeymoon. So those date nights, I feel like, are important because it gives you a chance to reconnect, check in. How are you doing? Not just, hey, how was your day? Like we do every single day and, you know, pray every day. But like, let's go somewhere, hang out. Because like, really in marriage, we got the house, we got the cars, we're doing all the things so we can enjoy all the things together. So it's like, what's the point of having all the things if I never get a chance to hang out with you?
And also I look at it as like, I'm looking forward to this. If I'm at work all day, I'm like, oh, I can't, we doing this tonight. Or, you know, we got this planned out. We got this whole day set up for us after, you know, work and things like that. It's like anticipation. Yeah. I'm just like a little kid when it comes to stuff like that.
My favorite person.
Number 5 is spending time apart.
So important.
Very important.
I was actually talking today with a single friend of mine. You know, that's what they were saying, like more so trying to find somebody that, you know, enjoyed their company but wasn't just like right here. Yes. Like, I think I need time to miss you. You need time to miss me. Yes. We are becoming one, but we are still physically two different people.
Different types of people.
You go to work, I go to work, you run errands, I go to the gym, vice versa. So let's come back. So when we come back, I missed you. Like,
I feel, and also it's like, to me, it's like a peace of mind. Like, although you said we're one in marriage, but obviously we're two different people. Yeah. And it's like, okay, there's times that I want to do things that I might like to do. I might like to go to the gym, or I used to pick up game of basketball. I'm not there no more physically, but you know, stuff like that brings me joy. Find my happiness within myself outside of like marriage, you know.
I want to go sing. I want to go write lyrics. Yeah. I want you to take a nap. But we like taking naps together though.
I also like how he and I, like, we are together on this, like, spending time apart. Like, we don't spend too much time apart, but when he go out and run errands and I might go to the mall or something like that, like, I love that he respect that space. I remember back when I was dating and guys, like, they want it to be like this, and it's like, okay, like, go over there. Like, go over there, let me go over here, and we come back to, like, it was just like, no.
Perhaps they were codependent, I don't
know, but it wasn't for me.
To each your own. Some of y'all like being all hugged up, booed up,
it's okay
all day.
For
and if that works for you,
the time, but not all the time.
Works for you. The next one is commitment. I like this word because it means so many things on so many levels. Obviously, I'm committed to you. You sent me a funny video today about a guy telling some woman in public, like, don't try to flirt with me, I'm married.
Like, I'm married, my woman.
But obviously, I think the word commitment in terms of, like, obviously we're committed to each other. But I also think deeper, and I know you probably circle back to this, but commitment on terms of, I'm going to follow through what I said. If I said I'm on a date night, if I said I'm going to show up, if I said I'm going to be on time, I'm going to do ABC, I'm going to pay these bills, mow the lawn, something as simple as that. I told you these things and I'm going to come through because I'm committed to the word that I gave you. And that's what popped in my head right away.
And I'm taking your word for it. And I believe that you will hold up to it. So you committed to do something, same as me. If I say that I'm going to do it, might not feel like doing it all the time, but it's like I made a vow to go pick up his laundry from the cleaners or something. Like, I'm gonna go do that.
Because one of your top 3 love languages, I believe, is acts of service.
Yes.
She is a woman Don't tell me, do it. Don't tell me, show me. Like, when you show me, like, anybody can say it.
Anybody can say everything, but it's like, it takes effort. It takes the, going that next level to actually do. So, yeah, all that small talk now. Number 7 is friendship. Oh, you're my bestie. He is my bestie, though.
I get how people like older, definitely years in, be saying that because I get it. Like, both of us, obviously, before marriage, we've had people we call best friends and closest friends, and those people are still good friends of ours. But when you get married, that person is like it is your best friend.
You sharing everything, my space,
good,
my
bad,
time,
the ugly.
like
They are your best friend. I would even say, on a personal note, like, just thinking spiritually, check your heart, check your relationship. If you don't like spending time with your spouse, like,
like
if you like, I would say, not even say if you don't like spending time with them, like, obviously spending time apart is important, but if you like spending time more with your girls or your boys than you do your spouse, you might want to work on some things in your relationship, I would say. Like, if you just like, I'd rather be out with the boys playing basketball than hanging out with you. I'd rather be out with the girls, shooting the breeze, whatever girls do, I don't know. Yeah, then hanging out with you might want to work on some things in your relationship to find out, like, hey, do I really enjoy you?
I'll have people say, like, and they really don't say it, but you can read people like, dang, like every time she pull up, he with her, or why they, like.
Yes, we're married. Yeah.
Like, where they go? Why they always, like, I enjoy my husband. I don't know about everybody else and their marriages, or, how happy they are with their spouse. Like, I enjoy being with him. Like,
we're not doing this because we have to. We're doing this because we want to.
Yeah, and I think that shows. Number 8, apologizing.
I'm laughing right now because I'm thinking about the amount of times in nearly 7 years I have come up with creative apologies to be like, dang, babe, I'm sorry, I didn't even know. Like, and I'm thinking about,
looking like,
let's see, it's year 7, so how many apologies? That's 4,500 to your, let's see, minus the one time. About 3. I think it gotta be closer to 6.
You think so?
Well, no, the first couple of years we weren't good at
first couple of years.
So it might be 3. It might be 3. So far, I think by year 3 I get about 1 a year.
Really?
About 1 a year.
No, I will apologize. I might not verbally always say it, but my actions will back up that I'm sorry.
And that's the funny thing too, because she is acts of service. I'm words of affirmation. I like to hear it. She likes to see it done. So when she apologizes, she does it. I say it and do it. I have to meet you there, but I think it's interesting.
But half of the time, it don't even be my fault.
And this is why she's up to 3. That's why she's up to 3.
Well,
let's move on.
Right.
Next one is avoid affection deprivation. That is very tongue twister. That's interesting. What they may be saying, and correct us if we're wrong in the comments, is people may come off in their relationships as passive aggressive. So I'm not communicating about what I want at this moment or what I need, or I'm upset with you about something. So I'm just going to withhold a kiss, a hug, sex, whatever it is that you like that I know makes you feel loved. I'm gonna hold back from that until you realize, like, you did something wrong, or I'm mad at you, and things like that. I think that's what they're getting to.
I'm guilty of that, sorry.
Really?
Yes. There's been times that you've been looking so good and I'm probably mad at you. I'm like, I want to kiss him, but
That's funny. It's so funny because I've gotten so used to just us and like the different moods that we go through. And like if you felt like that, I'm like, she's fine.
Really? So you just pass it off like, oh, okay, whatever.
She'll be all right later.
Wow.
I didn't know you were holding the kiss. And I'm sitting there looking
just looking real, just nice right now. And it's like, I ain't get out of here. Go in another room.
That is hilarious.
Isn't it? Number 10, be honest. Honesty.
Very important from the get-go.
Yeah.
Things you don't talk about will be handled later on or just come out.
And it's gonna, if you're not honest about it, it can blow up to being bigger than what it started off being.
Say what you just say, even if it's something small. I don't like that sweater.
You don't like my sweater?
No, I do like that sweater.
Okay.
Green sweater.
I think you don't like my sweater.
Or something, bigger, that just, and that goes back to communication.
Yeah.
Once you're out there understanding, like, all right, I guess getting past that fear of, like, I can tell you anything, and we can talk about anything, and you won't physically or emotionally withdraw or run away. Knowing that and having that safe space in your relationship is good.
And also, if you come off the gate lying about anything, that's red flags for me.
Yeah.
It's like you probably be telling the truth at one point, and I can't even trust what you're saying or believe anything that you say if you already planted those seeds.
Trust takes time to be built.
Yeah, I like that.
The next one is compliments.
Compliments. That is important. I love when my husband compliments me.
It's so funny because sometimes you act like you don't.
Because it's like you hear it all the time, and it's like...
Yeah, but then if I don't say it, you ain't saying nothing. I'm like, that's why husbands, you gotta keep compliments coming. You gotta stack them up, like put them in a savings account, all of their additional.
But it's like when you hear it all the time, it's like, I'm flattered, but it's like, I don't like the
But I think the thing about it is, though, is making sure they're genuine. Like, if I give it, it's because I meant to give it. I like what I see, and I really, it caught my attention. I really want to comment about it. It's not just like, hey, I make sure I pay 5 compliments to you a day.
No, it's like, because he always compliments me, and it's like, when he over flooded, it's like, I'm like, oh.
She's self-conscious.
No, I'm not.
She's like,
you always say that. It's like,
oh, shucks, guys. That's her.
No, it's not. Number 12, intimacy. Intimacy is very important.
The word intimacy is not just the physical, but the emotional and the mental.
Side.
I've even known in our relationship, the better we get to know each other, the greater that physical intimacy is, because you're on a deeper level. Let's pause right here. That's why I believe, according to the Bible, the saying is not and write it, God created sex and those things for the confines of marriage to be between one man and one woman because of the intimacy. And then when you do it outside of marriage, just with anybody and everybody, like you're sharing something that was supposed to be meant for marriage just with anybody.
Everybody.
And so it's just all mixed up and tangled up, and it's like, why am I going through all these emotions? And how can I really connect on a deeper level with someone, when I'm connected with like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people?
I like how you went straight for the intimacy, like not the physical intimacy, but the emotional side of it.
Yeah.
I remember when we got married, like that had to be established and built. Like I think I told you, like when I speak of intimacy, it's not the physical part. Like that's good, that's straight.
The emotional.
But the other side, like I feel that we needed to.
I gotta be in here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, from what I've learned, especially with women, the romance is a lot of it, not 50%, if not more, is the mental. It's the imagining, the fantasizing about your husband and things like that. So that
and leading up to it, sending text messages, setting that mode. So when you get home, roses petals can be laid all out on the floor, all over, the room and things, candles lit, and just music, soft music playing, and like just setting that mode.
Being able to romance the same woman or man, every day, rather than trying to romance the world.
Oh, goodness.
Because you want to be like, how creative can I be in showing my love for you over a year, 2 years, 20 years, 30 years, because of the commitment, and not just one night or one weekend.
Well said.
Number 13 is make time for each other. This reminds me of spending time together and date night.
Yes.
But more so just straightforward, intentional of, I'm going to, and I had to learn this right away in marriage, like I want to say maybe the first 6 months. Before we got married, I was very used to having my life in categories. As a single man, I had so many things to do. I'm going to school, I'm going to work, I'm doing ministry, I have family, I have this, and have all that. And I wasn't used to, no matter all those things you may take care of in a day, when you get home, your spouse still needs and deserves 100% of you. There's some grace there, but it's not really good to just say, oh baby, how was your day? And it's like, well, I talked to 100 people today at work, I don't feel like talking.
It's like, oh, okay.
Like, okay, well, are we gonna eat and have a dinner, or even sit down at the table and have a cup of coffee? No, I ate at work. I ate on the road in the car. I'm not hungry. What do I get?
Exactly.
Like, like that was me, like in terms of like learning that you need to make time. Like, no matter how much I give the outside, I'm gonna have to save the best for you.
Like and that's the thing about it with me. I understood that you wore so many hats. You're doing this, you're doing that, you're here, you're there. You have to talk to this person, talk to that person. I get that. Mm-hmm. But when you get home, I don't want to be like the last thing that under, like I gotta pull out some energy for you. Like, okay, you get this. And it's like, if anything,
I get
this first. And you make sure everything else is handled out there, but make sure I'm good first.
Forget y'all.
I'm saying it like that, but Number 14 is trust.
I love you. I trust you. Trust is so important.
Very important.
Well, it takes time to build, but it can be quickly
taken away.
Like torn from the basic level of when you get married and moving together. I trust you to pay the bills. You said you're going to pay the bills and put the money in the bank. Pay the bills. I trust you to come home when you say you're going to come home. Mm-hmm. I trust you with my emotions. I trust you with my secrets. I trust you with my heart. That takes time, and that comes through communication and prayer and communication and more prayer.
And I feel also, as we stated before, honesty and trust like that obviously goes hand in hand. So once that line is crossed, it's like, it's hard to get back. Yeah. Not saying that it can't, but
you got to start all over again.
You
have to hope and pray that your spouse will give you another chance to start all over again.
Yes.
Number 15, honor your spouse's boundaries. This was funny too. I think yesterday.
Respect my space, please.
We go through each other's phones to like just take care of business. We're not one of them couples be like, oh my God, what's in your phone?
So
we have each other's passwords. But I think it's just me growing up with all brothers, and she had all sisters. Mm-hmm. Like yesterday I was looking through her phone at the pictures of me, and she's like, why are you going through my phone? And I get it, because like, my first time living with a woman, my wife, other than living with a woman, my mother, who I grew up with, and you don't even look at your mom as being a woman, you don't be like, hey, you actually are a woman and not just a mom. But it's interesting because women is like, I got you. This is our space, but there's certain things, my part of the bathroom, this part of the house, like, let me have my office space. It's like my boundaries. Like, this is just for me. And I've had to grow to know that, because my brothers, we're very... Growing up, we are in each other's space, sharing, things like that.
Total opposite.
And we're like 2 years apart each. Her situation was different. Sisters, but they're kind of spread out, because I think she was more so like only child almost.
My oldest sister is 6 years older than me, and my younger sister is 12 years older than me. So it's like...
She don't like to share.
I really don't. And it's not even that I don't like to share. It's more so like, this is mine.
I'm not used
How
to
about
it.
I'll go buy you some, or whatever it is that I have that you want, and you can have your own. Like, that's how I look at it. Yesterday, toothpaste.
Oh my goodness, it's toothpaste. I can go find the toothpaste in 3 different dollar stores and Walmart, but I can't use it.
2 separate toothpaste. He ran out of his toothpaste. I don't mind him using my toothpaste, but don't use it up. And then when it's gone, you looking at me to say, oh, we out of toothpaste. It's like, go get me some.
I go to the store. I go to the store
when you want
every 2 weekends.
When you feel like
every other weekend. That's what we
boundaries to me. I please honor my boundaries as I honor yours. Like, it's just certain small things that even within a marriage, like you said, we're one, but we're two different people. So it's like, just respect. As long as I know that you respected my space, I'm okay. You won't hear nothing out of me. Number 16, love.
Oh, of course. And even as we say this word, I don't think of that lovey-dovey TV type, like Pixie does, fairy tale, magic wand. Love, I think how the Bible defines it, just goes further. It's an action. Mm-hmm. It's an action. I can say it all day, but what am I doing to back that up? Am I backing up those vows? Am I backing up, the things that I say? Because some days you'll wake up And the love is going to be at the root of you and the core of you, but you're not going to feel that on the surface. You feel angry, you feel frustrated, you feel consumed by what's going on and what you're dealing with. So you're not going to feel, oh, lovey-dovey every day. Yeah. But having that love at the core of you, being like, hey, I love you. And when I say that, it means something. You know?
I totally agree.
All right.
Oh, you want me to add something in?
If you add something, no.
I mean, you said everything.
She agreed.
You said everything, but yes, love is the core. Love has to be the core of it all.
Number 17, agree to disagree.
Yes.
I think this is very important because comically I see TV shows, and I know people in real life, husbands will say, my wife always thinks she's right. And then husbands are like, you know what? I'm just give it up, or I don't want to argue, or I don't know. But I think it's just interesting. Talk about whatever you are talking about, and it's okay if we don't agree.
Yeah, in a respectful way. Like I told him, and I love that we respect each other in that right. Like you obviously have your own opinion about something. I have my own opinion. We talk about this all the time. Like you can feel how you want to, and you have every right to feel that way. And I might feel a different way, but just please respect how I feel. I respect how you feel, and we just leave it at that.
I remember you said something, we were having a conversation, not an argument, it was a conversation. And I was like, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right? And you were like, I want to be right.
How long ago was this? Was when we first got married.
This is funny. And it was funny because I was like, I don't care about being right. I just want to be happy. And we were like, well, good then. You be right and I'll be happy. So even if I know that I'm right and she's wrong, but I don't care. I'm just happy.
This was probably the first year of marriage when we was just like.
I think it's funny because like I would say 95% of the stuff I don't really like. I don't personally, even if I know that I'm right, I don't care. Even if you think I'm wrong, I don't care.
I do care.
Like as long as there's peace in the house and I get to sit down on the couch and watch TV and get to eat, you can be right all you want to, as long as we get to watch TV.
No, but again, like I said, you don't have to agree with anything I say, and I don't have to agree with what you say. But at the same time, I respect where you're coming from, and we have that mutual ground to say, okay, well.
And that's how we agree to disagree.
Yeah, agree to disagree.
Number 18 is our personal one that we decided to add to the list that we feel is very important. That's
to be there.
Helped us beneficially so much in this marriage. Beneficially? I won't say with that. Beneficially.
Is that a word?
Beneficially. It has benefited.
Yeah, it's benefited.
Our marriage, very much so. And it is prayer. We are believers, as you may have already known through watching our channel and, watching the videos and being a supporter of the channel. We pray probably individually and collectively. I'm not saying you got to put a number on it. We pray throughout the day. The Word of God says, "Pray without ceasing." I think 1 Thessalonians 5:18, somewhere in there, maybe 17. Y'all Bible study people, look it up. But pray without ceasing, because marriage is such a spiritual thing that God created. It's like, all right, it's her, and in between us, it's God and it's me. So God is keeping us together. He's covering us and keeping us together. If we're going to do any of these things on this list and do it with intention, do it with love, we have to keep him involved.
Oh, yeah.
Especially because, let's say you're disagreeing. It's hard to even pray or even think straight or have even a productive day when your other half, the person you're connected with, y'all not feeling each other. You're not on that level. You're not on one-on-one. So prayer oftentimes to come back and say, I'm sorry, ask for forgiveness or forgive or move forward or stay committed to those things you said you do. That gives you the spiritual energy to follow through on that commitment you made to honor that love. Yeah. I really don't know how people go without it. Yeah. Like I know everybody doesn't serve the same God. Jesus Christ, love us over here, but without him, I don't see how you can really do something that he created and fixed up. And it's like, well, I want to do this, but without you. It's like, well, if you take him out of it,
he made it.
It's not going to work. It's not the same thing.
Put it together. How am I not including the source? Like, what's supposed to be my source? It's like you leaving him out.
Yeah. So making my own thing, it's not the same thing. Y'all just hanging out.
I feel that honestly, and that's why in some cases it don't work.
A lot of marriages be like,
a lot of them don't work.
I'm done so. Because I don't want to do any of these things on this list that somebody put on Google, and I don't want to do them, because God is involved, and they want to, not honor God's place in marriage. And so, yeah, it baffles me. Not saying it's impossible, but it baffles me when I see people that have been married for a long time. I wonder, like, how healthy is that marriage? That's just our opinion. Added to the 8 billion others that's on YouTube. So
right.
I would like to share my opinion sometimes, but put it in the Rolodex everybody else's. So I thank you for coming up with this idea. I certainly had a good time. I really like diving into these conversations. And we didn't rehearse these, nothing like that. This is stuff we're literally just talking about. But I think even sometimes as we do our videos and stuff like that and just reach out to talk to you guys, it's something that we need reminding of. So I love it. Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah. Sometimes take the time to just sit and just turn off the TV, put the phones away, and just talk to your spouse.
Shut down social media.
Yeah, check your heart. Like, do I really like you? Figure it out. Or don't let all the distractions, all the work and the money and the errands, responsibilities, come to reveal. Like sometimes in 2020, like a lot of people was breaking up. They couldn't go to work and they were stuck in the house and be like, hey,
you again.
You're getting my nerves.
But hopefully you guys, again, enjoyed the video as much as we did. If you did, please leave us a big fat thumbs up. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you have not.
Get in the mix, y'all.